Next we take the second formula. Find the derivative of or differentiation of both with the same. The derivative of root x with respect to x from first principles. Now whenever this type of thing is there, let y is equal to root x. Whatever function is given here, that function you take as y. Same thing, let delta x be a small change in x and delta y be the corresponding change in y. So there we write y plus delta y is equal to root of x plus delta x. Here people commit mistake, root x plus delta x, they write that x plus delta x should be in the same root. Below that you write the given thing, y is equal to root x, and then subtract delta y is equal to root of x plus delta x minus root x. As usual, once again divide both sides by delta x and take limits as delta x tending to 0. First of all, divide delta y by delta x is equal to little space you leave root of x plus delta x minus root x whole divided by delta x. Then write limit here in the left hand side, limit delta x tending to 0. Here also limit delta x tending to 0. Now left hand side, the convention is always dy by dx. dy by dx. So right hand side we have to evaluate the limit. As it is, when delta x is 0, it becomes 0 by 0, which is indeterminate form. So multiply numerator denominator by conjugate of the numerator. Root of x plus delta x minus root x multiplied by its conjugate is what? Root of x plus delta x plus root x. When you multiply numerator by some expression, to balance the equation, you must multiply the denominator also. Denominator delta x into root of x plus delta x plus root of x. Now numerator, you see, it is in the form a minus b into a plus b is what? A squared minus b squared. So that is without root you get x plus delta x minus x by denominator is what? Delta x into bracket root of x plus delta x plus root x. Here x and minus x cancel. This delta x and delta x cancels. Now in the remaining thing, put delta x is equal to 0. 1 by root of x plus 0 plus root x. It is nothing but 1 by 2 root of x. So conclude it. If y is equal to root x, dy by dx is equal to 1 by 2 root of x. Next we take third, differentiate e power x with respect to x from first principles. So let y is equal to e power x, let delta x be a small change in x and delta y be the corresponding change in y. So y plus delta y is equal to e power x plus delta x. Below that you write y is equal to e power x. Subtract delta y is equal to e power x plus delta x minus e power x. Here e power x can be taken outside as a factor, e power x into e power delta x minus 1. Divide both sides by delta x and take limits as delta x tending to 0. So delta y by delta x you write a little space, there you write e power x into e power delta x minus 1 and by delta x here you write the limits both sides. Limit delta x tending to 0, here limit delta x tending to 0. Now by convention left hand side is what? Dy by dx. Right hand side is equal to e power x and that bracket is 1. Limit delta x tending to 0. Why? Since limit e power h minus 1 by h tending to 0 is equal to 1. So therefore we conclude if y is equal to e power x, dy by dx is equal to e power x only. Number 4, find the derivative of a power x, where a is a constant, a power x with respect to x from first principles. Now let y is equal to a power x. Let delta x be a small change in x and delta y be the corresponding change in y. So y plus delta y is equal to a power x plus delta x. So y is equal to, here wherever x is there, x plus delta x, therefore wherever y is there, y plus delta y. Here a power x, subtract, you get delta y is equal to a power x plus delta x minus a power x. Here we can write a power x is by indices, a power x can be taken as a factor, a power delta x minus 1 by, now here divide both sides by delta x and take limits as delta x tending to 0. So now here we write delta y by delta x is equal to a power x into a power delta x minus 1 and here by delta x, and here we write limit delta x tending to 0. Here also limit delta x tending to 0. By convention, this value is what? Dy by dx is equal to a power x as it is you keep into log a. Why? Because of a formula, since limit h tending to 0, a power h minus 1 by h is equal to log a to the base e. Log a to the base e, so here base is not written, so even then it means the same thing. Therefore, we conclude if y is equal to a power x dy by dx is equal to a power x into log a. When no base is written, it means